This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Host Papa. Get your website live today. Save 15% off with hosting code MMA Nuts. eBags. Your journey starts here. Save $20 off of $99 with code GWNEBAGS16 at ebags.com. Layla Sleep. Sleep cooler with copper. Get $50 off using code MMA50 at laylasleep.com. Defense Soap. Used by more champions in more countries than any other brand. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 301.
301!
My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, MMA show by MMA fans, for MMA fans. We walk the line between serious and radio voice ridiculous.
And we're coming in hot.
How hot is it?
Live. It's hot as balls in Chicago.
Oh my God.
90-some degrees. They said today on the news this morning it was going to feel like 115. And I think they were right because I was outside around noontime and I'm like, this is retarded. We need to go back inside.
Yeah,
Fuck this.
It's no good.
No.
Yeah, I was just telling you beforehand, like on Saturday, I had to go to a goddamn swim meet that was outside, and you know, we got there at 6:15 in the morning, and we didn't leave till 2:30. I thought all the grandparents were gonna die out there.
Yeah.
Here, luckily, I brought a portable fan, and I'm giving it to everybody.
I'm sure
else.
that helped.
Kind of. Like I'm just blowing hot air on people. Like, how you doing?
Tiny little thing. Is it one of those handheld ones that goes? Zzz.
No, it took I think 9 D batteries,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's legit.
Nice.
It doesn't oscillate. Just right up in your grill.
Perfect.
And of course, like the little kid, one of my nephews, is just hoarding it the whole time. Like, let the grandparents use it. They're kind of dying here. I'm dying. I'm getting heat exhaustion. And then we go to P.F. Chang's because typically I like to find a couple gluten-free restaurants in my repertoire that the family likes.
Mm-hmm.
So Outback Steakhouse was one of them. They got me sick. Never eaten there again.
It's a one strike you're out rule with Matt, right?
Oh, because you don't know how brutal this is. So then P.F. Chang's was on the Matt Griffith approved list.
Uh-huh.
And then I ordered 3 things off the gluten-free menu, and about an hour after I ate said gluten-free items, I'm in the bathroom vomiting up the most violent, disgusting, looked like my food wasn't even eaten, just I think horking might be the right term. So I'm going through all this hell. We've got this crazy thunderstorm going on.
It was.
And I'm laying next to the fucking bathroom door, curled up in a ball. That's going on. I'm trying to hold it down. I'm trying to throw up. Dog's fucking scratching on the door trying to get in, like last week where we had to let her in. Like, oh my God, what's going on?
Oh.
I'm like, is this what an acid trip is? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's pretty close, Matt.
Oh.
You're right there. You know,
Let me tell you.
Flicker the lights next time. Then you're
That's
right
all I
here.
need.
There you
Strobe
go.
light, strobe light.
You're right there.
Holy fuck. So that was a good 6.5 hour pleasure cruise that I'll not enjoy again. P.F. Chang's, you're off the list. I emailed you. Fucking make the situation right. Make it right.
Blow this man, okay? Twice!
Yeah, 2 blowjobs for the price of none.
That's right. That's fucked up. I know you've gotten sick a few times since I've known you, but that sounds like the worst one.
This one was the worst. My throat is even worse because if I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna fucking throw up. I'm gonna work it. So I'm trying to engage the core when I'm going for it. So it's trying to get it all out as much as possible.
Wow.
It was violent. Just like if you could imagine your insides are like a fucking pretzel, like all twisted up. That's what it felt like for 6 hours. But at least I know the time span. It's 6.5 hours. So I know going in, I'm like, all right, I got a 6.5 hour journey here. Let's fucking do this. It hurts, but it's gonna end.
Eventually.
Yeah. That's celiac disease.
No joke.
Good times.
Maybe they'll cure you one day.
Yeah, that's what I thought in 2003. We're at 2016. They're not big on cures for stuff.
Ooh.
It's kind of weird.
Maybe the food industry is like, it's a big scam. They're like,
Yeah.
we're not going to get a cure. We're just going to release shit that's the same as the other shit except more expensive times 3.
Twice the price and half the quantity.
That's right. That gluten-free shit, some of it tastes really good, but it's so fucking expensive. Oh my God. It's crazy. Some of the bars, I started using, I was at Costco this weekend.
Yeah.
I bought a caveman, not caveman coffee, but caveman bar. Really good, man. One of the coconut ones, it tastes like a Samoa from the...
a Samoan, like Mark Hunt?
No,
He's not
Samoa
Samoan.
from the Girl Scout Samoas, which,
Yeah.
but very flavorful and hearty. It's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, it's nut I don't know if it's nut free. Maybe. I don't know. No jizz in there. So you're good. But I think there's a lot of good shit out there on the market for gluten free. It's just super pricey.
It is.
It's crazy.
They jack you because there's no other option. It's either this or not. Like when I first had it, I literally had to buy a case of beer and have it shipped from New York to Illinois. $60 for a case of beer. I'm a big fan of beer.
Yeah. I remember those days when you used to buy the Red Bridge as he's drinking his water laced
Not even with. There's no label on this glass either.
Yeah.
Feels so disappointing, huh?
Matt's turned very plain vanilla these days. He's on his ketogenic diet.
Yeah, that's totally working wonders for my kidney.
He's probably dying.
I think I'm dying.
Go back to the old
Don't
Matt.
do it, kids.
Yeah. But he looks amazing.
I do. I look amazing. I feel like shit.
So that's the secret. I think everybody that's like has six packs and they just fucking feel like shit, but they look great.
Yeah. Do you want to look great or do you want to feel great? You can't have both.
Yes, I want to feel great.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's better. It's better to feel good than to look good.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with that. So we're gonna talk some UFC on Fox, whatever recap.
20.
Was it 20?
Yes.
I don't even know anymore. Thank you. I'm gonna make note because I got to the point where I just write whatever. That's a problem.
Yeah. Can I give you the bonuses?
Yes, please.
The only thing I know about this shit is the bonuses. Even though it was in Chicago, we didn't go. I didn't even fucking watch it. It's okay. So I got $50,000 each for Jason Knight, who defeated Jim Allers by split decision. 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. $50,000 performance of the night. Felice Herrig defeating Caitlin Curran by submission, which apparently I heard that was exciting. And then performance of the night, Eddie Wineland, out of nowhere, defeats Frankie Saenz by TKO, getting the $50,000 bonus.
There you go. So let me say this about Felice Herrig. Did you see the weigh-in picture for her? Mm-hmm. She was so veined up, she looked like my cock, okay?
Nice.
There's a problem with this.
It sounds too dehydrated?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we get ladies another weight class? Maybe she needs a 125.
See, you ruined it for me now. If I ever had a thing for Felice Herrig, now I'm thinking Felice Herrig, and I'm like, Matt's veiny cock. Like, the combo, it's like, fuck!
Hey, I'm going to post a picture. You guys make the call.
Of her or your veiny cock? Both.
Probably both. Nice. It remains to be seen.
All right.
I could probably Photoshop just the section of her body to make it look like a cock.
Yeah.
No one will
the part from the belly button down, I was like, ooh, that's a lot of. That's not normal to have veins there.
No,
like,
and is that something you want to show off? Like, did that look hot to you?
No, it looked like those bodybuilder chicks that get like down to 2% fat, just super swole, and she's already tiny. What she weigh? They're 90 pounds, I guess.
Yeah, I saw her in person. It's like mini.
Tiny girl. I don't know if
it's
that's
like a ring card.
How
girl.
safe is that? I don't know.
It's
but they did weigh in early again. So
yeah, I mean she rehydrated. I want to say she put on another 10 plus pounds, but it just looks gross. Mm-hmm. And then let's talk about some of the fights. So we're only going to talk about two. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Mm-hmm. All right, so Gilbert Melendez, Edson Barboza. This was the fight I enjoy. You want to know why?
Why, man?
Leg kicks, and leg kicks. And I think it's the standard attack for anyone from the 209. You fucking deliver the leg kicks. And Gilbert just keeps coming forward, and they're so heavy on that front leg, and he's whack, whack, whack. And then he'll switch it up with a switch kick to the midsection or a head kick. And like, fuck. I feel like it's another one of those fights where reminiscent of Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber, where I feel he could have finished him with the leg kicks, but he kind of backed off to some extent.
Maybe he felt bad.
He might have.
Or maybe his leg hurt so much from kicking it.
Could have. There were a couple where he landed on the foot and he kicked the knee once or twice. So impressive by him.
Yeah.
Putting away Melendez. And then you go into the main event, Holly Holm versus Shevchenko. Awkward fight. Holm didn't look like she was mentally ready for this fight. And she was doing like, I'm standing in place and throwing a lot of punches and bullshit where just looks like I'm shadow boxing. Like, what are you doing here? And at one point gets taken down again. I have nothing to offer off my back, but she loses a unanimous decision. And really, I think mentally she was just not there at night. because I don't think this other chick is that much better than her.
No, she's huge though.
Because you're looking at the matchup too. Initially, when they made it, it was number 2 versus number 9. I'm going, why the fuck are they making a 2 versus 9? And here's another one where I'm questioning the UFC's decision to make this match, because look what happened. Now you just had your former champ lose 2 fights in a row.
Yeah.
Like the person that defeated, the first person to defeat Ronda Rousey, now she's lost 2 fights in a row. Like, Jesus Christ, would you get cut her? 1 more loss and she's bye-bye?
Isn't it interesting that Rousey's rivals have all been losing? Is this setting the stage for her to come back?
I mean, it's cool because there's some diversity in the belt. I kind of like the mix and match. You never know what the fuck's going to happen. It's like, I think you said, it's like the men's heavyweight, right? Fucking no one's defending. It's just going to rotate, and rotate. And who's going to be the next dominant champ? I mean,
maybe Holm's been training with Arlovsky. You know how he has that
that's what it was. Thing. Picking up bad habits or good habits. How do I hide under the octagon if there's drug testers?
Jon Jones.
Right? It's near here nor there.
That's funny if that shit actually did happen.
I believe it happened.
I think it did, yeah.
Chael's, well, again, Chael's Chael, but he was right on the estrogen shit. You can go right into that if you want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Jones, no official word yet on what's happening, but suspended, tested for positive for estrogen blockers, 2 of them, which I think Lesnar also, similar story. And not only that, but his brother Arthur Jones, who's an NFL player, also failed a PED test recently. And
well, I want to ask you a question about that. So, do you think John's positive PED test led to some enhanced NFL testing on his brother?
I don't know, because I don't know all the details on it. Yeah.
Last week where we were like, fucking guy, you know, NFL doesn't really test. But I'm kind of wondering if the brother tested, did they just, because it was within, I think, 3 weeks. Because that would have been July 7th when Jon Jones failed. And now we're at, what, the 24th, 23rd, 24th? We're around there. So we're within 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Less than that.
It's very possible, except in the NFL, it's only like a 4-game suspension.
Yeah.
So, but
for your first offense.
Yeah.
But it's even weird that he failed, you know, because typically these guys.
So does John get it from his brother, or does his brother get it from John? Is there is there a guy that they share?
I think. Well, I just think it's all professional athletes are on something, and it's probably. I'll go back to that stat: 85%. I don't know now with USADA, but I will say football was always around 85%.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to. I don't think, you know, you're a race engine, you're going to put like regular gas in it? No, dude, you put fucking high octane fuel in there.
Sure.
And you get whatever you can get. But it's just strange that it's one of those weird things where no one wants to talk about it. Some people are okay with it. Other people vehemently hate it. And it's like, where is the middle ground? Where's, you know?
Yeah. I mean, pendulum has swung, at least in the UFC side, all the way to the most egregious, crazy fucking testing possible. Mm-hmm. Where, I mean, of course, my swing is all the way to the other side. Don't, you know, just go back to athletic commissions and let them handle it. But there's probably an in-between, which you probably need, even though I'm going to lean more to the less testing side.
We know that.
that's
we know that about you, Matt. No worries.
I'm all for all drugs, but, you know, the caveat I say to that is it should be doctor supervised. You can't just be fucking pumping shit into your body and not be checking your blood. You need to have a blood doctor, Mr. Randy Couture. I got a blood doctor.
Gotta have your levels, man. Know your drugs, know your doses.
That's right.
You know? It'll be interesting to see what happens to Jon Jones. I'm still unclear about. It's weird though. The one thing that bugs me is that he went and did a press conference, and he seemed very genuine. And I don't know, like, what. It's confusing to me. I think even Chael had said that on the, like, he went out there and he didn't have a script and none of that stuff. Like, so what does that all mean? Like, does it mean that? Is he really dumb and he just didn't realize he was taking PEDs, even though someone said it's not steroids and he just doesn't know better?
Well, I mean, it could, it's still too early to even really talk about. I mean, it could just be tainted supplements at the end of the day. And, you know, his manager was on Chael's podcast saying all sorts of crazy shit. And I forgot the analogy he made, but he made some weird analogy, like it'd be like someone slipping a what do you call it, like a roofie in your drink if you're a woman and getting raped, or something weird where, like, what the fuck did that guy just say? Like, I don't think he should have said that, but...
He's saying Jones is innocent to the point of, like...
Like Cormier tainted his supplement.
He's been raped?
Something.
That poor man who's been squeaky clean his entire life.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's just getting raped everywhere. Rape train!
There you go.
Yes.
Because he looked me in the eye and he told me he didn't take steroids. And I believe him.
See, this is the part where if we had production people, they would rewind to that part where I said that's all bullshit, and it would just come up on the screen.
But you can't blame the guy.
Oh, for
I still don't think until he's had it. Because here's the problem with all these drug tests. Again, when USADA comes out, they don't tell you what it's for. It's just potential violation. And now everyone's going to speculate until we do find out what it was for. But then we still don't even know if it was a tainted supplement. I always hold out hope. And I think that's what his manager is doing, is trying to find, okay, now you know what he's tested positive for. Let's try to find fucking supplements that have it. So I think this motherfucker is buying every supplement on the market. That's what I would do if I was the manager. And then sending it out to a lab to get them tested to see which one of those contain those substances, if you can find something that has those substances.
Yeah, because he tested positive for hydroxychlorophene and letrozole metabolites, which are aromatase inhibitors, which according to what I've read and some other people have said, there's no possible fucking way that's in any supplement.
I'm telling you, it's in a supplement. You never know. Yeah. Like, they can say that, but there's shit in all this. Remember, who the fuck was it that was on the Rogan podcast that was talking about the tainted supplements? He said that sometimes a supplement company will run like some steroids through. They won't clean the line. Yeah. Then they'll run another product through, and then that one is tainted.
Oh, I think it was Victor Conti, maybe. Was it Victor Conti?
Or the other guy that's in charge of the fucking program. Yeah. Nowitzki. Might have been him.
One of those two guys, yeah. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, when you buy your shit, and I'm sure, I mean, you can go out there and buy bulk supplements yourself nowadays off the web. You can get fucking 100 pounds of whey, just pure whey, and cut it up and do whatever you want with it. So I'm sure these huge companies are just buying this shit. They don't know where it comes from unless they're making it themselves in their own lab, and I'm sure that's expensive. So if you're some dude in China who's like, whatever, we got steroids, let's put some protein on this fucker. And all it takes is a little bit.
A little crack on that.
Yeah,
shit.
It's all good. Or they put it in there because it works. So I think, wasn't there, you said Jacked, was that the product?
Yes, that's like killing us. I took that. Maybe that's why I'm having fucking issues.
Yeah.
At one point I had taken that shit.
That was working for you.
I was like, God damn, I knew there was shit in that. Like, I remember the one time I took the full dose, I'm like, I'm having heart palpitations. I am never taking a full dose. Maybe I'll take a third dose.
Yeah.
A third was enough. I think there was speed in there.
Probably.
So
kind of come to amphetamines. It's like, wow! I'm like, holy shit, he's all pumped up.
Fucking jacked up right now. I'll fuck somebody up.
Kill people. Getting all aggro and shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it remains to be seen. Do you have anything else on that? Because I want to tie something else into this.
No, I think that's good for that. Go ahead.
Well, you know that Brock also had his issues, and given that, we're not sure what's going on there either.
Okay.
But Mark Hunt, was really upset, and he went and said that he was going to start a fighters union, and he wanted half of Brock's purse, and of course that's not really possible because according to what I read, the UFC doesn't get the money. It goes to the athletic commission, who does something else with it, like goes to the state or something.
Which is bullshit, because at some point it's going to come back to the athletic commission.
Yes. But my question for you is could Mark Hunt be the man to actually make a fighters union happen? Because he is so loved, and his attitude is so chill. Like, could he actually fucking make it happen? And should he?
He could be, and anybody could be the figurehead. It just depends. Like, he also wants to be released from his UFC contract over this, and
you don't blame him. I don't. Two guys he's fought on.
I don't think the UFC has even contacted him about this. Like, fuck, are you kidding me? Like, this is a big deal. Do you want to lose Mark Hunt to another organization? Heavyweights are very rare
Yes.
And heavyweights that can knock people out with one shot and walk away, very rare. You might want to keep a Mark Hunt around. You might want to keep that guy happy, but fuck, man. This is a problem. Can he, and then back to the original point, can he? Sure he can. Is he dedicated enough? I don't know. Because here's what happens with all these fighters. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody talks to talk, but no one walks to walk.
Put your money where your mouth is, Mark.
Yeah.
We want to see
He's
it.
going to motherfuck you now on Facebook.
He's going to kill me.
Motherfuck that MMA nut, motherfucker.
Good.
Fuck
love
him
you
and his
anyways.
poop shoot.
Yeah, poop shoot. Yes. Rape train. Okay, rape train. I'll take the rape train.
That's right. And we buy the t-shirts are dropping next week.
Dude, I have a feeling if we had rape train shirts, people would buy them. I'm telling you.
Where are you gonna wear that? You gonna wear that shit in public? I was just joking. We were joking.
No, it's like
beforehand.
Saturday night. You know, you go upstairs, the wife's hanging out downstairs. You put your rape train shirt on, and you come down. You're like, baby, and she's like, "What's happening?" He goes,
right.
"Rape train."
See, now Ingo just gave me another Christmas present to give him for this year. The Rape Train T-shirt. 1999.
Maybe you could do R with an
next.
at symbol, so it's not so obvious.
I don't
Rape
know.
train. I don't know. Anyways,
Something.
that's
You and your rape trains.
Hey,
Rodrigo.
it's all good.
It's all good. Love you. So, Chael Sonnen is no longer suspended. He's been drug tested twice. He said he's not coming back, but if he's a retired, he's retired. He's officially retired. So why are they drug testing him?
I think he's bullshitting us.
So he
and
gave
he's
notice
waiting.
then.
He's waiting.
Because if you're a retired fighter, you're not supposed to be drug tested unless you gave them notice 4 months ago.
Then you must be waiting for something to happen. GSP! GSP! Would that be a fight that we'd want to watch?
No. I don't even know. I don't think I even want to watch Chael fight anybody at this point. Do you? I don't know who comes to mind. I don't mind the shit talking, but as far as an opponent, what are we looking at? 205?
Michael Bisping!
Yeah, is Bisping going to go up or catch weight?
Chael's going down.
No, Chael can't go down.
He can do it.
He can go down.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
And then we want to talk about other fighters. Nick Diaz comes off of suspension on August 1st.
Oh, that makes me happy. I love it.
I got a couple thoughts for fights.
Please.
I mean, obviously, I think everyone wants the title fight. Everyone wants that rematch against Lawler, but he needs a warm-up fight. I like me a little Johnny Hendricks as a warm-up, because he would tee off on Hendricks, or a Matt Brown war. But I think Nick likes Matt too much to have a brawl with him, because it's a similar style of fighter where it's just come forward and we're just gonna fucking throw. But I want him a warm-up fight. He's been out 18 months.
It's been a while. I don't know who you throw at him. That's the thing.
Well, those guys are both ranked number 7 and 8, so I would like someone in the top 10, but
not too low.
closer to the bottom, not closer to the top. Fuck, who else just came off and didn't look well? Melendez, he was out for 12 months and he didn't look great in his comeback, but you also know he's clean as shit because he just got popped for something. So I don't know, we'll see.
These are interesting questions.
Here's another interesting thought. There's something that's going on. So Nate Diaz is going to be on the Conan O'Brien show coming up here shortly.
Right. What's he gonna say? That's what's up, motherfuckers?
Well, this is what I'm wondering, because when Connor was on, they had a good rapport between him and Conan, because Conan's Irish, whatever. Like, oh, we're gonna get the motherland. So now you bring Nate in, and I wonder if Conan's gonna joke with him like, hey, you just beat my countryman, and you and I are gonna throw down. Like, what's the over/under that Nate slaps him during this interview for being disrespectful? Because he may not appreciate the humor that Conan's throwing at him.
I think they have a play here. I think if Conan, maybe they talk about it and there's some shit that goes down that looks like it's really but it's not. This would be a good opportunity to make some controversy and get some focus on the show and the fight. Nate needs to slap Conan.
I feel there's something going to go
multiple
down.
times.
He slapped Dana White. I could see a slap coming on Conan.
I could see like Nate slaps him and Conan, it's supposed to be a show, and then Conan's like, ow, and Nate's like, ooh, I like that. Let me do it again. Like,
See?
one more time. He's like, you like that, motherfucker? play your fucking silly jokes?
Yeah.
Is that funny now? Who's funny now, bitch?
And what's the over/under of him not swearing through that whole fucking thing?
Yeah. Can they bleep that out?
Yeah.
They can.
They can. You can do.
I like Conan. He's cool.
A good 3. Yeah, he's good. He's very notey though.
Yeah. My favorite, I think I gotta say, is still Jimmy Kimmel. I think he's pretty off the cuff. You ever watch him? He was always on like last year when I found, I don't know, his humor kind of, I thought it was pretty funny. You have Jimmy Fallon is the other guy, right?
I can't stand him.
No, I have a hard time with him too.
He's good doing the skits, but during the conversation, he doesn't know when to get in and when to stay out. Because if someone's telling a good joke, he's trying to get in. Like, you're fucking up the story. Stay out until it's your time.
Jimmy Kimmel's good. I like him.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think you dig it. It will be your speed. So, what else you got? Do I have anything else?
I got one last, or probably a couple last things, but I want to talk about this Chad Mendes. He finally got his suspension for whatever, some sort of human growth hormone bullshit in his system. What are you supposed to fault the guy? He's like 5'2". Let him take a little growth hormone. He gets a 2-year suspension. He just wants to be 5'3", okay?
I wish I was a little bit taller. I
Yeah,
wish I was a baller.
It's fucked up. So 2 years for him. You know, we're seeing all these other guys. Like you were saying, we had a Crow Cop. UFC just released him, so now he can fight in that open weight tournament.
It's going to Ryzen, yeah.
Vanderlei Silva got released out of his contract. He's going to fight in that tournament. Should Chad, or should any fighter, if you get a 2-year suspension, especially if you're a little bit older, should you go the retirement route, ask for a release, and maybe fight somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I see that's certainly a smart move. And, the problem is once you do that, I think you can never come back, right? They won't allow you.
Yeah, I know Nevada is going to be like, you know what? We impose this restriction on you. You'll never fight again in this state. So I think it's a death sentence to fighting in the United States again. But how can you sit for 2 years?
Yeah, it's tough.
You know?
I don't know. You got to make a call, I guess. And in sports, it's weird. It's like no other. I'm trying to relate it to like regular business. I don't know what it would be like. Would it be like skimming money off the top as an employee or something? Or what would you consider similar as far as getting popped for PEDs in sports versus like a regular Joe who's working a 9 to 5? Like, how could, I'm trying to picture like where else does that happen? It seems crazy.
It's not, because I was trying to think, how else are you out? But any of those scenarios, you're getting paid. So like maternity leave, it's paid. I don't know what you get, 3 months maybe.
I don't know.
Paid maternity leave, but
yeah. But even if you get fired from your job because you're a asshole, right? You can still get another job somewhere else. Not in sports. You're fucked. Especially MMA.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, in the UFC, what are your options?
Nothing.
You cannot fight.
No.
How are you supposed to make income for 2 years?
It's a good question.
Unless you ask for a release. What are you gonna do? Fucking like grappling contest?
Good.
Or
Deliver pizzas.
something. I mean, that's fucked up. I mean, we're at the state of, is 2 years fair for a drug test violation?
The first one seems really tough. I think a year would be fair for the first one. The second one maybe do 2-3 years. I don't know. At first I thought 2 years was fine, but now that I'm seeing what's happening with the product, I have to backtrack and say maybe I was wrong. I prefer to have a little more, chemical enhancement in my MMA fighters because it makes for a better product. It's. I think 2 years is a little steep, slightly, maybe a year.
I'm thinking 3 months. I think we go back old school. I feel it should be 3 months.
One training camp.
Well, here's the deal: if you want to have USADA and you want to have the strictest fucking drug testing in the world, and you're pulling up people for tainted supplements and fucking guys eating kangaroo meat and popping for something. Some girl was drinking tap water and tested positive for some shit.
Oh, really?
I'm like, if you're gonna have the most strict thing, you gotta be the most lenient on the fucking length of suspension. Then that's how I would see it.
They're bringing the hammer, Matt.
No, we're gonna swing this shit back. Mark Hunt is leading this Fighters Association with all this shit that just got jammed down the fighters' throats again. Like, fuck this. So hopefully these new guys will change some shit.
Yeah, maybe.
What we really need is we need a Conor McGregor to start the union.
You don't think Conor McGregor's on anything?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
See, and that's the weird thing when we talk about the Jon Jones and the Brock Lesnar. You would think those guys would be. Brock probably didn't give a fuck, but you'd think Jon, if he's really taking some shit, is on the most high level, untraceable, not caught type of shit. But yeah, popped. That makes me think supplement. When you think about it that way too, it's
He's still singing that song. I think he just fucked up his cycle.
Nah,
you know,
it's a supplement.
the weirdest part about the whole thing was he never tested positive for anything else leading up, and then all of a sudden, boom. And same with Brock. Like,
well, Brock had 2 failed tests.
Yes, fight night and before, and it's like weird, strange.
Well, that's not shocking, but I don't. That just ruins his chance to ever fight again.
I wonder too if because they're keeping all the samples now, right, for what, 5 years or something,
Yeah,
or
something
forever.
crazy.
So would the guys who tested positive, would they test the ones leading up to that positive test again down the road to see if there would be some way to, like, could they see the trail? Because right now there's no trail; it's just boom, PEDs. But it doesn't make any sense to take estrogen blockers just for no reason, right? So there has to be something before that usually. So are they gonna make it a point to go, okay, we want to figure out what did they take that we couldn't trace before?
That's that Nowitzki guy. That's what he said.
Scary.
What's dirty? It's just the whole thing is dirty.
Doesn't seem fair. You catch me now or you don't catch me, is what I say. Right?
100%.
If I'm speeding and you don't see it, no ticket.
You never sped. I don't give a fuck if it's a red light camera that I just blew right through and got a $100 ticket for. That's horse shit. No one saw me. A camera saw me doing 35. I should have been giving him the finger. I would have been $100 well spent. But
if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it,
does it fall?
Does it make a sound?
A man masturbates in your soup, and you didn't know he masturbated in your soup, and you eat it. Did you really eat it?
I think you profit.
I think you win.
Extra protein.
Everybody knows. I didn't get tainted with gluten. It was some man's jizz.
Could be.
Cream of some young guy. Delicious.
Was he Asian?
Of course.
At the P.F. Chang's?
Hey, wouldn't you expect it?
Maybe. Mongolian? Isn't that a Mongolian place? I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
I don't know. This is the last thing I have. It's just a thing. Dan Henderson says he is officially retiring after his fight with Michael Bisping. Win or lose.
Nice.
I want him to win. I want him to win and just drop the belt. Fuck you, bitches. I'm out. Retire as champ.
I don't want to say this, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Bisping is going to melt him over the course of 4.5 rounds. And
go ahead.
I think there's always a chance for Dan to get the KO, but I think Bisping melts him, and Dan might have a first half of a round where it looks exciting, but do that cardio, and I don't know. It'll be tough. I would love to see what you're saying, though.
Isn't this the opportunity? So remember when Stephan Bonner fought Anderson Silva? He got all juiced up out of his mind and failed his drug test. Well, isn't this a good opportunity for Dan Henderson, since he knows he's going to retire, to just juice himself out of his brains and hope he doesn't get caught, and then go in there so then Michael Bisping, when he loses, can have another person to cry about that he lost to because he was on steroids. So I don't have to hear this, or I can hear it for another 4 years, or however long fucking Michael Bisping's going to continue fighting for.
But you know, the one thing about Dan is I don't think he was ever overdoing anything. Even during
he was in the line.
He's kind of looked the same his whole career, and I think he just kind of supplemented a bit, you know, to kind of make up getting old. You know, I was telling you about, I was over at, you know, Mike's house, and his dad was talking, actually I forgot this, he was talking about like, oh, I'm fucking old, like, it sucks, man, you know, like, I used to be able to, we were talking about playing with the kids, and he's like, I wish I could just get some HGH or something, you know, a little testosterone, just, I can feel like I'm, you know, 35 again. And I'm going, because I think he's close to 60, right? And I'm going, yeah, you should do that. Like, why do you do that?
Can.
Even Mike's talking to me about it. I was like, oh, you should. I'm like, you should ask Matt about this. But he's like, you should do that. Like, imagine how it would feel, right? And I wonder if that's going through Dan's mind. He's going like, I wonder how it would feel to like feel young again.
Feel like VR, TRT Belfort.
Yeah, because I don't think he'd super juice, but just a little, just a little bit. All it takes just a tiny bit.
He always makes the case for, here's a guy that should be just enough. Hey, what is he, 45, 44, 45? Are you you're older than me and you're still competing at a fucking professional high-level professional MMA fighter. Fucking A.
God, that's scary. Imagine you run into that guy in a bar and you don't know who he is, and you start some shit.
Oh,
you start some shit with
so
him.
stupid.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Step 1, look at his ears. Just run away.
Step 2 is when you try to fuck with him and he just smiles at you. It's time to run. You get out of there. This guy's crazy.
Yes.
So, anyways, that's all you got?
Yeah, let's do some astronauts.
Please.
We have a little short show today. Why do fighters that have been champions believe the championship belt is theirs? They say things like, I have to get my belt back, or you're holding my belt. Like, what is that?
It's like a dog pissing thing. Like, you know, the dog pisses where the other dog's pissing. It's like, I'm gonna piss here first. I want my spot back. Like, it's a kind of, I think that's what it is. It's a stupid, like, pissing contest thing.
Or you're holding my belt. I don't get it. Like, they think if they've won it once, they own it forever?
Yeah, or it's like a sandbox thing where, like, you know, you ever see the young kids when they're playing? Like, there's always that one kid that comes over and, like, these are my toys. Even though they're not his toys, like, these are mine. I touched these. These are mine. It's that kind of thing.
Kid that licks them all
I haven't seen
in
that.
the sandbox?
It's like,
these are
I
all
rubbed
mine.
these toys on my ass. You want to play with them now?
Like, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
How will Jon Jones find the inner strength to overcome the latest round of challenges that have been forced upon him?
Who cares? That's what I say.
All right. If the UFC signs Rico Verhoeven, do you think he will do well in the UFC's heavyweight division?
The heavyweight kickboxer.
He's 1-0 in MMA.
Yeah, I haven't seen his ground game, so I mean, but right now with Brock being gone, it's not a ton of wrestlers.
So, with the exception to fucking Kane, I mean.
Yeah, but he's not gonna run into Kane right away, so
No.
I have a chance to build up a bit. I like his chances.
I
I
do
wouldn't mind
too.
seeing Hunt fight fucking Rico. That would be a
I mean,
good
they're
fight.
just gonna stand and fucking
Yes.
throw. You know, I
That'd
like
be
that.
nice.
Like
that
that
dude's
a lot.
huge. His legs, I remember how big his fucking legs are.
Yeah.
They're gigantic, man.
I don't know how the drug testing is gonna work out,
Well,
but hey.
They don't test in glory.
No. They might. It might be like the fight night kind of test. Show up. That's the common sense test, right?
Yeah.
With all the issues with USADA, do you think we will see the UFC start manufacturing supplements?
Hell no. I think that's
Why
a
not?
terrible idea. Because they're just opening themselves up for problems. There's no way. It's like, it's a huge liability. They should not do that. There's no chance.
Well, wouldn't that be a conflict of interest too? To say, you know, we can guarantee your supplements are clean, so there would be no way that they could fail a drug test if that's the only thing they took. That'd be weird. You're forcing them into taking your shit.
Is that like Monsanto?
Yes. It's like the farmers in Monsanto.
See?
Perfect analogy.
See what you did now? Now you gave them an idea, Matt. They're going to run with this. There's people like literally going, that's great. I'm writing that down.
We're going to put out supplements next month.
Yes.
With only
coming.
4 estrogen blockers in each one. Which fighter was saltier? Rockhold after losing to Bisping or Hunt after losing to Lesnar?
I still say Rockhold.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't know. I think Mark Hunt, man. He
Really?
is going off the rails. Have you seen how many people... See, Luke at least just did it on Fight Night. Mark has carried it over, and he's motherfucked everybody on Facebook.
Fuck you.
I want all his money. I'm starting a fighter union. Release me from my contract. I think Mark is winning. And
Battle
hopefully he
of
wins
saltiness.
everything. I feel like he should get money from that,
Yeah.
from Brock. But again, I think it goes back to that. It's got to be a civil lawsuit. I don't know. How far do you want to take it?
I don't know. Depends. That's a lot of money.
It's
At stake.
2.5 million. Well, that's why Nevada is just like licking their chops going, I want that fucking money, man.
Absolutely.
Eighth Wall on Twitter asked, he said, worst beating, Aldo versus Faber or Barboza versus Melendez, # ouch, # Ingo rape train.
Yes!
You're the rape train.
That's funny that came up now, and I didn't know that was happening, and I've been talking about Rape Train the whole
know.
time. Dude, I still say Aldo versus Faber. There was, I don't know. I didn't see the Melendez fight, but that was it worse? What do you think?
No, it wasn't worse. Aldo, because look at, you know, Faber's zombie leg
That was
afterwards.
gross.
That thing was fucked up. I mean,
I think he said he had nerve damage in his leg or something, right?
And I feel Aldo let him off the hook in the 5th round of that fight. I felt he could have finished him by leg kicks. It was a point. Like, he was just, I don't even think he sat down for the 5th round because he's like, fuck, that's going to hurt too much just to stand back up. And Faber is so stupid tough that he's the kind of guy that breaks both hands in a fight and he just throws elbows the rest of the fight. Like, I don't know if that's always good or bad, like being tough or being stupid.
Probably both.
Right. I'm not
It's better to be
stupid,
both at
I'm
the
just
same
saying.
time. Yeah.
Should Fox break into a live fight mid-round for a fucking thunderstorm warning? And he said he's thinking no.
Wait, so...
Because they broke in, I guess.
Oh, should they?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they have a choice by FCC regulation, but at the same time, what they should do in that case is they should cut it there and start where they left off. They shouldn't just come back to whatever, you know.
Can't you just split screen that shit?
That would be good too. Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker. Like, it's going to get your attention either way.
Yeah.
Split screen it. I think you got to break in. Because there was, like I said earlier, there was some shit going down.
It was crazy.
Like, I don't need 3 distractions. I'm trying to deal with the puking and the shitting.
When you were indoors, did you look outside? Because I was in my garage and I'm going, holy fucking shit, we're gonna die. Like literally, there was a waterfall coming down outside my garage. You couldn't even see the street. It was ba-boom, ba-boom. And yeah, I don't know what, it's this hot weather.
We've been having a lot of big storms here of late.
Yeah. Volatile.
It is.
Cleansing.
The cleanse?
Yeah.
24 hours?
I look at a storm as it's like a cleansing thing. It's washing away the old.
There you go.
I think it's storming right now. I hear thunder.
Probably. I don't hear scratching on the door yet. That's usually an indicator. Gabrielle Ross, would you rather take a punch from Mark Hunt or a head kick from Donald Cerrone?
Wow. That's a tough one. I'll take the punch, maybe.
Fuck yeah. Go out with a bang. You're going to get knocked the fuck out and then some, but why not? Take it. Don't be a bitch. Or even take one to the bread basket. I don't know.
Ouch. Might do permanent damage with that one.
Lee Dawson, do you think there should be an open weight tournament every 4 years to liven things up in the UFC?
Yes.
I think there should be
Kumite rules.
one like every 6 months or one every year. Or like we talk about that Pride Rules event. Why can't the UFC do it? Obviously, you got to do it overseas, but fucking A, so many guys on the UFC roster had said they're open to that kind of shit.
I want the kumite with the
want, like,
raised
a
thing.
pit?
Yeah, like you remember in
I
the
don't
blood
remember.
sport?
No.
They had that platform was like this, and then the sides went up. It was only a rectangular platform. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, little kumite.
And then Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time. Pound sign Nuts Rule. Pound sign Matt Rape Train. Pound sign Ingo Sugar Daddy. What do you guys think of this list of Kenny Florian's top 5 fan favorites? How many do you agree with, and how many did you get wrong? It's got number 5 as BJ Penn.
Is this actually his list, or did he steal this from somewhere?
I'm sure he stole it from someone.
So far, so good.
Number 4, Robbie Lawler.
Huh? Okay.
I don't think he's a top 5 fan favorite. Number 3, Jon Jones. Debatable, right? Because look at the press conferences.
Cheered.
Cormier booed. Jones cheered. Unfortunately, this time around, I feel like he's lost the fans. I don't feel like he's gonna get the fans back.
It's gonna be tough. Not when he's I can't believe this is happening to me kind of attitude.
Yeah, I mean but then again, once you start knocking some fuckers out, the fans will come right back.
Yeah, you know.
You gotta.
We're very vain around here.
We forget very quickly. Number 2, Ronda Rousey.
No, I don't like that.
No.
I don't think so. I think she's not.
She's
in
not
the
a
top
fan
5.
favorite.
No.
She might even be a do nothing bitch. What? You can't use her own words against her, can you?
You could.
I'm not gonna use cakes against her. She'll win. Conor McGregor is number 1.
You know, it's been eerily quiet from the McGregor camp. I think he's one of those guys, like a flash in the pan. So I don't know if he can get that thunder back. Maybe. We haven't heard shit from him, though. So
No.
I don't know that he's number 1. I would say no. That doesn't make sense to
I'm
me.
trying to think who would be fan favorites. Well, Diaz brothers are definitely on the list.
They have to be
Just
active?
general. Because
Because I'm gonna put GSP at the top of that. Honestly.
Well, yeah, you can just go all time then too.
Yeah, I'd put GSP up there. I would question, not having a guy like Vanderlei Silva up there.
Yeah, you definitely Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, yep, that's a good
favorite.
One.
I'm looking around at the walls. Anderson Silva. I don't know if that always translates into pay-per-view buys, but I feel like he was at
Brock
least.
Lesnar.
Sure.
Of course. It's on the list.
Yeah.
That list is bullshit, Kenny Florian. Fuck you. And you probably stole that shit from somewhere. So
that guy doesn't steal anything from anybody.
Anyways, I loved him as a fighter, but as a announcer, not so much. So
he finished fights or something.
I finished fights at 155.
170 or 185.
Or 135. How many weight classes was he in?
BattleBots!
That is a good show. I like that. I watch that shit all the time.
He should get out there and BattleBot himself. Kenny Florian versus a BattleBot. Who wins?
Depends which one.
Which is the best one?
I don't know. They mix and match. Some of them have the spinners and then the fire, so he get his balls chopped off and then burned.
I like this. We'll dress him up in fucking those garbage cans like Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah.
And they have him go out there and fucking battle it out.
Yeah.
How does your jujitsu work against the BattleBot, motherfucker?
Yes. My favorite are the ones that it's a BattleBot and then it has another bot that comes out and they do some tag team shit. That's cool stuff.
Tag team's always good.
Yeah.
Would you rather fuck Cat Zingano in the ass, but have to fight Mark Hunt for 5 rounds without the possibility of tapping out, or fuck Gina Carano in the ass, but have to fuck, or have to fight Brock Lesnar for 5 rounds without the possibility of tapping out?
What if I'm unconscious?
Pound sign knockout mode. You better. Well, here's the thing. You're fucking someone in the ass,
yes.
And it's a beautiful woman, so I think you win with whichever decision you go with. It's just a matter of a cat or a Gina. I think it's either or. I don't even care.
I like Gina Carano still. I think she holds a special place in my heart. But either way, I mean, no tapping. What does it mean? I can be unconscious and he's just throwing me around like a girl.
Water back on him. Get back in. You're not done. You're fighting 5 rounds.
Yeah. Against Brock, I'm scared. Mark Hunt, he might feel bad. He might feel bad for me and let off.
Yeah. So I think Mark is the better bet.
Safer.
Because he knows when he's clocked you, you're good.
You're done.
You're good. We don't need to do this. I'm cutting it off right here. The ref doesn't even know when the fight's over. Mark Hunt knows when the fight's over. God damn it. He's got fucking Chuck Norris of MMA.
Great knowledge. I like it. See? He's back.
That's
Great
right.
questions.
You're like a hero. I feel like we need to give him something from the prize vault. We haven't opened up the vault. As I'm going into knowledge, this ties in perfectly. Okay. So recently I just bought Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection.
Ooh.
And I've been playing it with my 11-year-old daughter.
Nice.
And we're having a fucking blast. And it's interesting to see the contrast in style.
The split screen?
Yeah, it does dual screen, and you can go horizontal or vertical. Ooh. So I just split it down the middle, so I'm on the left and she's on the right.
Nice.
Like it's a little challenging at times because you can't always see when you're in the inventory sections, but when you're fighting, it's pretty fucking sweet. And it's like, hey, but the interesting thing is, so you want to jump into a vehicle, and I'm like, okay, let's get in the vehicle and let's go. She's like, let's get in the vehicle and then fucking pick the colors we want. Like, no, we don't need to pick the colors. She's like, yes, we do. We're gonna find.
It's important to know the colors
selection. Like, oh Jesus Christ.
She's a girl. She has to have colors.
She likes the customization because then we go. Like, when you start the game, you get 3 minutes to set up your character, and I'm fucking already done. I've got my name entered, and I'm just waiting. And then time's counting down on her. She's still going through the customization. 3, 2, 1. Shit, I didn't even get to put my name in yet. Like, don't worry, we'll find the station where you could change your fucking colors, and then 5 minutes of her, like, oh, looking at that head, looking at that head, looking at that
That was the best
color.
feature in that game, because I'm one of those that will get stuck on that. When making it Fallout, oh my God, I spent like 2 hours before, and they counted you down. There's no choice of sitting there for 2 hours. You're going to start playing. I like that.
Well, then you can go back in later and do it.
You can, but the point is like, stop fucking around and play the goddamn game.
Well, Fallout was retarded because you don't even really see your character, so I don't even know why I spent the time to
or your wife
to do it.
Well, I didn't finish it yet, but maybe you see her later. But Yeah.
Maybe.
So you're having fun gaming. Borderlands.
Yeah, we finished the pre-sequel, and that one was kind of weird because you rely on oxygen. So you're out in outer space and you have a oxygen helmet, but it slowly depletes. So in certain sections, you have to jump and get more oxygen. You have to find a spot on the ground or go in a building. But then there's some times while you're inside, and you don't have to deal with that. So we finished that one, and today we just started Borderlands 2. So I'm going back, and it's weird playing this because we played that I don't know how many years ago. I'm going back into it, and they have some new characters that were downloadable. So when you buy this game, I think I bought it when Amazon had all that bullshit sale day. It's like $15. Yeah,
nice. Totally worth it.
And you got, when you buy this, you get all the content that they've ever released. So
that's crazy. That was some good gaming. We used to Xbox 360 that, right? Yeah, that was good times.
Like the first one was epic because it had that Cage the Elephant song. So every time I hear that, I was always like, I'm playing Borderlands. I'm going into the Borderlands.
Yep.
And we may or may not have eaten stuff or taken stuff while we played.
The glory days.
Like, Ingo, what are you doing? I'm just looking at the sky in the game. I think I did that too.
Like, where are we? Oh, sorry. I think I fell asleep. I'm back.
Hey, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. I'm just going in circles and loving it.
Yeah, those are good old days. I need to get back into some gaming.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody this week, I'm like, my gaming is very cyclical. I think as the summer ends and the fall begins, I get that urge. So fall through winter, I'll start gaming a ton, and then it'll fall off. Spring will be a little less than summer. I don't game a ton. I think it's, that kind of, it's okay to take breaks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went through a span where I was just
done,
not playing any video games, and the only reason I got back in is because my daughter wanted to, like, let's do something together. We're playing chess, and she's always Minecrafting, like, out of her mind. Like, Jesus Christ. She's always showing me all these crazy shit she built.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking A, man. Built some neat shit.
Don't start that game, Matt. I can't play that game.
Well, there's no point.
Off.
That's why I can't play it. I need a purpose. I need a score.
You can go crazy in that game.
Otherwise, there's no reason to play, in my book.
Just building stuff.
Yeah. You can do that in Fallout 4.
Yes.
Which I still haven't played all the new downloads. I got a couple of them. Have you tried it yet?
No. I haven't touched a video game except if it's with my son for like 10, 20 minutes at a time for like months. It's weird. I used to game like crazy. I'm starting to get the urge again. I was looking at the game selection today. What do I got? Is there anything good out? Seems like there's just nothing like exciting, I want something that's easy to pick up and play. I love the Fallout, but it's so complicated, and I miss the days of just sit down and play a little of Mario Brothers or, drive a little bit.
Yeah, that's where you need the MAME machine.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring that over outside. Just fucking cart this bitch over.
There you go. Well, I have the Wii U, which I think they have that marketplace. You can get all the old Nintendo games on there. Just download them. Pretty cool, but old days. Hard games, very simple, but hard. Hard to play.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Shut it down.
That's been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. Stay cool out there.
Yeah, don't die.
There's another heat wave coming.
Get a cooling station.
Angle Weggled.
We're going to be off next week, so
yes,
we'll be back.
Taking a break.
That's right. Thanks for playing.
Siesta. Thanks for watching. The best way you can support MMA Nuts is by checking out one of our partners, Bulletproof Coffee. You can get high-performance coffee that'll upgrade your day. You can save 10% off at bulletproof.com/MMA Nuts using our code MMA10Nuts. That's good through July 31st, 2016.